the global military spending is increasing continuously. In 2019, the worldwide military spending reached $1.9 trillion. After COVID-19 hit the global economy, it is commonly expected that military spending would come down drastically. Still, many experts believe that this drop could be for a very short duration. Now, what does this mean? And is this a warning for any future conflict? Well, stick around to find out the answers. But before going any further, please hit the subscribe button. And trust me, you won't regret that. First, let's look at some previous data. After the end of World War II, the global military spending actually saw a decline. But this decline did not stay much longer, as a Cold War was triggered between the United States and Soviet Union. Hence, this started a race of new generation of weapons. This included the development of new generation submarines, planes, bombs, and much more. It also included advancement in nuclear weapons, and its delivery systems such as ICBM, and missile defense systems. These new generation weapons costed significantly higher than the previous ones. Now look at this graph. You can see the military spending continuously increased from start of the Cold War, and it peaked in the 80s. But suddenly after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, military spending declined sharply. And the US remained a single superpower, and the largest military spender. In fact, in 1998, the global military spending has seen the biggest decline since the start of the Cold War. But then in 2001, the worst tragedy of 9/11 happened. And this triggered the war against terror. As a result of this, global military spending increased at a record speed. Global powers such as US, Britain, France, and other NATO members also participated in this. This war was targeted on many extremist groups, which mainly operated in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Syria, and some other parts of the world. But it is not just the war on terror, which is responsible for a massive increase in military spending in the recent times. It is actually the rise of China. After the economic development in China, they started to invest heavily in their military. Their global share in military spending increased from just 2% in the 90s, to nearly 14% in 2018. And that makes China the second largest military spender. This massive investment is playing a key role in modernization of the Chinese military. Although it's not just the military spending, but China's aggressive behavior from the past few years is another major concern. And this aggression is increasing rapidly. From the South China Sea to the Himalayas, China has territorial disputes with 18 countries. And because of China's rise, other Asian countries like Japan, India, and Taiwan are also ramping up their military capabilities. In fact, border tension between India and China is forcing India to mobilize their troops to China border, and also to buy and upgrade the military hardware. Yet this is creating an economic burden on India, as they are already facing economic decline due to COVID-19. This regional border tension of China is not just to expand their territory, but it is also a way to showcase the military capabilities, and emerge as a regional superpower. Yet the US was aware of China's intentions from long ago. And looking at the challenges, the US has also been ramping up the military capabilities. In 2018, the US defense budget reached $649 billion, which is an increase of 4.7% from 2017. It was the first time since 2011 the US has increased their military budget. So far, US is the largest military spender, and China still lags behind significantly. Another main player emerging in this race is Russia. With its cutting-edge hypersonic technology and advanced cyber capabilities, Russia is back in this great game. Since 2011, Russia is constantly increasing the military budget to modernize their military. At the end, increase in military spending does not necessarily mean that there will be a conflict in the coming future. Today, due to globalization and economic ties, no country can afford a war. In the present world, diplomatic peaceful resolutions would be preferred. So rise in military spending could be a sign of precautionary measures of the countries, or an attempt to create their sphere of influence, as no one can predict the possibilities of conflict. So, what are your views about this video? Let us know in the comments section below. And we are glad you watched the full video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Thank you.